You look great.
Oh, well, thank you. You look great.
People judge you by, your background now on Zoom. And so I think you got a
Oh,
10. That looks great.
you see, yours is just, it's beautiful, it's clean,
It's fake.
it's
So
it's
yeah,
charismatic, it's well lit. You're doing a great job. This is just my little living room.
your bunker. And
My bunker, yeah, for the
you
last
hold,
18 months.
you're holed up in there, yeah, for a while. First of all, congratulations on the re-edit, the recut of Happiness. It it's a better film now. I hate to say that because I saw it in 2015. It works
Oh,
so much better now.
it does. Welcome to Happiness. Honestly, it was so long ago, I don't remember. But watching it again just a couple days ago, I realized, oh, wow, this is, first of all, not only is the cast extraordinary, I forgot about that. I
Yeah,
only knew a couple of them before we started shooting, but it is a better film. And this director's cut, he didn't make it 3 hours long. He
yeah.
actually cut out 15 minutes, and the story flows better. I'm so glad you felt that too.
Yeah, well, the opening grabs you. I mean, it's that first 15 minutes of this film, you
Oh,
can't leave after that.
yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you felt that way. Yeah. And it's also beautiful. The set design is really beautiful, and the lighting and it was all, a labor of love because there was no money.
Hmm.
That apartment was our director's apartment, Oliver's apartment, and he painted and hired other artists to come in and paint that entire apartment for
Wow.
3 months before we started shooting.
It works so well. And you've been on sets that are like millions and millions of dollars, and yet that little set was a character in the film.
Yes, it was, and so moody and interesting and mysterious, and I was so impressed, and thank God too, because what if he recut it and it was lousy?
Well,
I
I don't see Oliver doing that though. I mean,
No, yeah, he wouldn't, and he was the person. Not only his script, but all of us met him separately before we started shooting, and he really just wins you over with this. He's very concise and clear and excited, and he was a great first time director. That's usually pretty rare.
yeah.
That they know what they want and they know how to get it, and he honored his script and ideas, but never ran roughshod over anyone or was wishy-washy. And so he really did a great job.
Do you like working movies or TV series? There's a difference between the two.
Oh yeah.
One you're revisiting that character and growing that character. The other one is an arc that happens for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you're done, unless there's a sequel.
Right. I prefer working on TV shows, and figured that out, I want to say in 2005 when I joined Criminal Minds, because at the time I thought, oh, you're only a real actor if you're in movies. And
Hmm.
so I booked a bunch of movies, and they were all fine, but they were shooting in Lancaster, California, and New Orleans, and gosh, there was another movie somewhere else. And I was flying around, and you're doing your laundry in the bathtub of a hotel, and it's a little lonesome. And oh yeah, it was in Austin, Texas. So I was flying back and forth between three places, shooting three movies, and was watching Criminal Minds when my agent called and said, would you be interested in meeting with the people who make Criminal Minds? And I said, yes, just get me back to TV. Get me back to TV. I
Wow.
want to be home, and I want to work with the same people every day. And so that was ideal. It ended up being a great long run on that show.
Yeah, you not only did the run, but you guest starred, you came back and all of that. You never really leave that show at all.
They kept pulling me back in.
I know the catering must be great because
Oh, the catering was the best. Limelight. Oh yeah, great caterers. It's
and isn't
true.
it interesting that you did an entire movie, Welcome to Happiness, on the catering budget for Criminal Minds?
Oh man, on the catering budget of a couple of days of Criminal Minds. I mean, yeah, but those were all of our own clothes. I mean, it really, but everyone, that was an instance of an indie film that was a great script, that everyone had a great time, and we were all excited to work with each other. And you really look at that cast: Nick Offerman, Keegan-Michael Key, Molly Quinn, me, Josh Brenner, Brendan Sexton III, Francis Conroy. Like, that's an incredible bunch of people. Kyle Gallner, like they're Olivia Thirlby. It's a great cast.
A cast like that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
You know,
hasn't happened to me.
You don't trip and fall into a cast like that.
Yeah. No, everybody was won over by the script and the ideas, and I really didn't know it was going to look that beautiful. That's a surprise, seeing it again and thinking, wow, these people really cared. People worked really hard to make those feelings and that mystery and sense of portent, and following all of these different characters, and people did a great job.
You still love what you do, don't you?
Oh yeah. Why? Why? Do you love what you do?
I've been doing this for 50 years, and honestly, I love what I do.
How old are you?
Cross my heart.
I'm
68.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, you look good. What are you doing?
Rick Baker is one of my best friends. So I'm Italian. That's what I do.
That's true.
Food and stay inside. No, but I love what I do. I love the conversations I've had, and over these years, you kind of get a second sense as to when somebody is really bored with their job, or they're just answering questions for the press. You are exuberant about what you do.
Well, luckily, this is a great thing to promote because I love it. And I think Oliver did a great job recutting it. Again, honestly, it would be hard to be excited if I thought he let us down and let himself down and let the audience down. So, and right now, I mean, I've been in here for 17 months. I want more content on that TV that's behind me, because I've seen everything over and over again. And I am excited that this really unique, strange movie is now going to come out again, and people can see it. And it has been edited well, and he added chapter titles, and so I'm excited for people to have something interesting. And it raises interesting questions about, if you could change something from your past, would you, should you, can you? And what are the effects of that? I thought
it's a ripple, the ripple effect. Mm-hmm. As an actress, do you lean toward comedy or drama? Because you do both flawlessly.
Hey, thanks. That's nice to hear. I like them both for different reasons, and gosh, I mean, it really is. What is the script? Yeah. What is the show? Because I hadn't done a lot of drama before I did Criminal Minds, but God, I loved playing an FBI agent. I loved going to the shooting range. I loved learning from actual FBI agents that were consultants with us. I loved working with all of those guest stars, and our cast was really fun. And it was a rotating cast. There were people came and went and came, and but I don't like crying. I don't want to do anything underwater where, like, I'm a mother of 5 kids and I'm crying. I just would say no to that. No matter how good that script is, I wouldn't want to do that. So,
crying underwater is very hard too.
No, I mean,
terrible thing to ask an actress to do. Before we go, because I know your time is precious, and I really do want to thank you for talking with me. I have a special love for voice actresses, and you do such a great job and everything. My aunt was June Foray, the
oh my gosh, of course,
Natasha.
Yes, I know. And she so I worked with your cousin.
My aunt.
No, I worked with your cousin.
Oh my God.
He's an actor. He was a background police officer on Criminal Minds, and he was telling me that June Foray, I think he was saying his aunt is June Foray, and she took her. She's brilliant, by the way. And I actually just auditioned for something, I didn't get it, where I had to mimic your aunt's voice.
Wow.
But apparently your cousin, unless this guy made this up, he said June Foray put all of her money into apartment buildings.
Oh, she owns some, yeah.
very smart with her money, and just, didn't assume the money would roll in forever. But I mean, it must have, because she just did everything. I just watched Roger Rabbit again.
Wow. Yeah,
She's one of the weasels in that. I mean, God, I just love her. I love her.
I have most of my friends are voice actors. I just did an interview with Rob Paulson.
Oh, wow.
So I would love to someday just sit with you and talk to you about that. And
Sure.
yeah, we'll get together.
It's all I've done all I've done is record narration for a Disney series called Behind the Attraction, and do animation voices for all kinds of stuff. And now there's so many animated series that people, now you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement for some of this stuff because they don't want any of the script getting out. So I can't even tell you some of the stuff I've done, but I love it. I love doing voiceover work as much as I love doing on-camera work, because that also is just so different. There's no lighting, there's no hair and makeup, there's no hitting your mark. It's all, you have to really act. You can't have vanity. It's so unique, voice acting. And I've been so lucky to be able to do it for so long, and been so lucky that that's how, our health insurance got paid for during the pandemic, was because I was able to still do that.
Well, I didn't want to let the time go by without telling you how good you are at it, because, with, creating characters and they can't all be the same. And your expression, you are telling stories with just your voice. And it is just not everybody can do it. Let's say that.
Oh, I cannot tell you how much it means to me to hear you say that. Really, Tony, it's the most flattering thing you can say, because I love doing it, and I just want to get better.
Everybody gets better, but I mean, you are at the top of your game.
Oh, thanks.
And it's an honor to talk to you, Paget. You're just you're a glorious human being.
Jeez Louise, where have you been this whole pandemic?
And Utah, just trapped here. My wives love it, so it's just.
Oh, thank you. Oh, everybody watch Welcome to Happiness.